In these problems, we are applying some rules of differentiation, namely the product rule and the quotient rule, and when we're given information about two functions. So for example, we're told that f of 2 equals 5 and f prime of 2, the derivative of f at 2, is negative 6, and g of 2 is 8, and g prime of 2 is 7. And then they're asking us to find f times g prime, so the derivative of f times g at 2. So how are we going to do that? Well, this is a product, so we're going to use the product rule. And just to review, the derivative of the product of two functions, you take the derivative of the first thing times the second thing, add to that the first thing times the derivative of the second thing. So we want f prime first. So f prime of 2 is negative 6. And now we want to multiply that by g of 2, which is 8. And then we're going to add to that f of 2, which is 5, and g prime of 2, which is 7. So 6 times 8 is 40. We got a negative 48 plus 35. So that's going to be a negative 13, I think. So negative 13 here. All right. Now, quotient rule, a little more complicated, but we can just kind of fill in the spots here. The quotient rule says we want g times f prime to begin with. So g of 2 is 8, and f prime of 2 is negative 6. So that first. Then we're going to subtract f of 2, which is 5, times g prime, which is 7. And all of that goes over g squared. So g of 2 is 8. So we're going to square that. All right, let's see what we end up with here. So 8 times negative 6 is negative 48. And we're going to subtract 35. Get all my signs right here. Yeah, it looks like I did. So that is negative 83 over 8 squared is 64. So negative 83. 64ths should be your answer there. Let's try another one. Sometimes they give you ones that look a little bit different. Instead of just a list of values, here we've got a chart. It's really not much different. You're seeing f of 7, g of 7, f prime of 7, g prime of 7. And we first want to find h, which they're defining as 5 times f of x plus 2 times g of x. This one should not be too hard. We're just going to find the values for f of 7 in this case, multiply it by 5, and g of 7 and multiply it by 2 and add them together. So that is going to be 5 times f of 7, which is negative 7, and 2 times g of 7, which is negative 6. So we've got negative 35, and we've got plus 18, so that's negative 53. Think that looks right. Yeah, looks right. All right, so next we want w, or the derivative of w at 7, and this is a quotient. So we want to put, well, we could refer back to that rule. I've got it memorized because I say low d high minus high d low over low squared. So we want low, which is the denominator. That's f at 7 is negative 7. That's low. D high is the derivative of the top part. So g prime, that's 2, minus high, which is g of 7, that's negative 6, d low. So that is the derivative of f at 7, so that's 3. Okay, and all of that goes over low squared. So low squared is f, so that's negative 7 squared. Okay, now we just need to crunch the numbers on this. Let's see, so that's negative 14 minus a negative 18 all over 49. So that looks like 4/49. So that is how to apply those product and quotient rules when you're given some information about the functions.